Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. Today we're looking at the new ThruNite Catapult Pro. If you follow the channel, you know that I have looked at a lot of ThruNite flashlights over the years. This is probably, I've probably looked at, 2 dozen, maybe 3 dozen ThruNite lights over the years. This is probably in the top 5. As far as a compact light that really throws some lumens out into the darkness, this thing is quite impressive. So you'll see in the footage. I've just liked it a lot. One thing that I can say about ThruNite is that they're kind of the look of their lights overall. There's nothing super fancy about it. They're very like, this is functional. It's going to do the job. There's not a lot of bells and whistles. That is going to save you money when you purchase them. And then secondly, when you find a light from ThruNite that works for you, for me at least, it's been like, this light works for me, I like it, and boom, that like hits exactly what I'm looking for. This for me as a compact searchlight, that's very impressive at night. You'll see in the footage, but I really like this guy a lot. All right, let's talk about what you get with the light. So obviously you're gonna get the flashlight. Let me open this up just to show you the battery. So it is a big chunky battery at 26650 right there. 5,000 milliamp hours and 3.6 volts, 18.5 watt hours. It is USB-C rechargeable. So there's your USB-C recharging port. And just a quick thing when you first look at this, I always pull on that little rounded edge, but that's the side that's in. So you want to pull on the flat edge to open this up, just so you don't yank the whole thing out. So there's the light, there's the battery. Here's a little holster or case that it comes in. Nothing super fancy about it, but it does the job. It keeps the light protected. Here's what it actually looks like in the case. It's a little bit of a lighter ballistic nylon. And you got a D-ring on the back, you got a loop here, so you got to pass your belt through that as opposed to unlooping it like with hook and loop or Velcro. I don't use holsters often or almost ever to carry something on my hip, but like if this goes in a car, which this is going to for me, this having something to keep it in is nice. So that's the little holster carrying case. It does come with a USB-C cord. I already had a USB-C cord, so this one's still looped up. And then it also comes with kind of this little packet of goodies. So lanyard, some O-rings, some cover replacements, and then you can see the little key ring there to attach the lanyard to the light. Of course, you're gonna get your instructions with it in a couple different languages, and they do note that when you get it, you want to make sure you crank the body down into the bezel so you can make that power connection for the battery. Let me give you some of the technical specs here as I look at the sheet. So your LED is a SFT70 and little star 1. I'm not really super familiar with all the details of LEDs. I'm looking for function. You'll see what the function looks like in a minute. Smooth reflector. It is 6061 T6 aluminum, hard anodized finish. Let's talk about run times. You've got a Firefly 0.7 lumen, 42 days. Infinity low, 42 lumens for 53 hours. Now it's got the infinity loop, so you're gonna hold the button down. It's basically gonna cycle up all the way up to the top, flash, cycle down, flash, cycle up, and you could stop anywhere in between. So if you get like 80% of the way up and then you stop, I can't give you the exact run time here, but it basically gives you a massive range of how much light you wanna put out there. So your low is 42 for 53 hours. Your high is 1482 for 24 minutes. Then it's gonna drop down to 990 lumens for 120 minutes. Your turbo, double click to get a turbo, 2713 for 9 minutes, and then drop down to 961 for 90 minutes. So I do wanna note there, 9 minutes at your turbo is a lot of time. It does get warm, but a lot of lights, you get up to your turbo for the light and it's like, it'll give you 90 seconds, it'll give you 180 seconds, and then boom, drop down. So 9 minutes is quite a bit of a burn time for a flashlight at that high level. It is IPX8 rated and drop resistant to 2 meters. It does basically give you a little light here. When you turn it on, you can see blue. So it's got different, it basically tells you how much output you have left. Let me give you the exact range here. 21 to 100%, that's gonna be blue. 11 to 20% red. 1 to 10% flashing red, and obviously 0% left. It's off. I've said this before, I wish they'd tighten those parameters up, but it's good to know, at least to some degree, that, okay, my flashlight's definitely getting down to a lower level once you see that red or certainly flashing red. It does also have a strobe, 766 lumens for 3 hours, so some info on that. Let's talk about the function here. So there's your activation switch. You're gonna click it. I'm gonna do it so you can see it. Click it. It's gonna come on, hold it down, and it's gonna either cycle up or cycle down. There's your flash, Now it's going up, flash, cycle down to the bottom, flash. So it's just gonna keep doing that. If you hold it down when the light is off, it's gonna come on at your firefly mode, which is obviously super low. Double click to turbo, so here's turbo. And then triple click for strobe, so strobe warning. So let's go right from those details to the footage, and then I'll offer you some thoughts on the light, having used it and tested it out already. All right, I'm inside now in my kitchen. Let me just show you Firefly here inside. I definitely think that's much more of an indoor usage, but just based on the size of the bezel, even 0.7 lumens you can see here. I'm definitely it's a tight and hot center, and then I mean, it's pretty wide, I would say. As I shine it at the stove here, I could see most of the kitchen from basically the cabinet over there to the other side of the fridge. So yeah, Firefly works for just, getting around a campsite or inside, 0.7 lumens. All right, so now we've got 42 lumens. This is the low of the infinity loop. I'll turn around and shine it at the truck here. So obviously, you can see plenty. And when I'm shining there, I can basically see up to the top of the house. So yeah, actually at the lowest level here on the infinity loop, it's still quite a bit of light you can see. Let me look at my neighbor's car here. Same thing, even with just 42 lumens, you can see really, from back here behind the car, probably 5 feet back to 5 feet in front, just by shining it right in the middle there. Car's about 20 feet away. So this is the infinity loop and low, 42 lumens. All right, so we're in my side yard now. Here's the infinity loop low, 42 lumens. Let's go up now to the highest option on the infinity loop. So obviously, that's a ton of light. So I'm shining at the tree, you can see here right in the middle. But with the flood feature basically of this, I can see all the way over to the edge here, and then all the way over to those blue barrels right there. So this is 1,482 lumens. All right, I'm out here at one of the local ponds. We're back up to 1482 here, and this thing starts some noise over here in the woods. Anyhow, this thing is throwing definitely across the whole pond, which has got to be a solid, 250, 300 feet across. So that's your 1482. Let me go up to your turbo here. So that is over 2,700 lumens. I'll put the exact number down there on the bottom. But I mean, if you wanted to use this as a searchlight, this thing is definitely, I don't know if I would say it's professional grade. You're not going to use this if you're the Coast Guard necessarily, but a lot of light. And you can probably pick up some of the eyes of frogs there in the water. Yeah, some of the reflection back. There's one over there. Looks like there's a couple here. Oh yeah, there's a bunch out there too. I can see them. So over 2,700 lumens, really punching some light out here. Drop it down. We'll go back to all the way down to the bottom here, and then we'll go back up to the top of the infinity loop again. 1482 there. As you can see, I'm in my car here, and we're still on this back dirt road. Let me shine this up the road, and you can actually see what the light looks like. So where it's shining, it goes up around the bend there. I mean, I could see as far as I could see, basically, of the road. I can see, and this is again on the top of your infinity loop. Let me go up to the turbo here, which doesn't look a ton different, but I mean, I can see pretty much everything. And shining it in the middle of the road, I can see probably 20 feet off into the woods on either side, 15 feet off into the woods on either side. So I would say this light is certainly punching out into the night. Impressive. All right, let's give you some thoughts on this light. First off, your price point. At the time of this video, it's listed at about $100, 99 bucks, but they're giving you 20% off. So you're looking at closer to 80 bucks for this light. Who's gonna use this? What's it gonna be used for? As I said in the night footage, as far as like I call it like a personal spotlight as opposed to like a professional spotlight, right? So if I'm working with the Coast Guard, I've probably got some deal with Surefire, Streamlight, something like that. But if you're like, I wanna have a light that I can use as a searchlight, a spotting light, I would definitely consider buying this. Long-term durability, I can't speak exactly to this light because I haven't had it and used it consistently for, you know, months on end. But it does a great job. The thing I really liked about it is that you do have that hot center. It really throws light, but then, you know, spilling out from there, you've got that nice amount of flood, so you can really see out to the side of that center beam. For me, if I'm gonna have a spotlight that I'm gonna use at night for looking at animals, things like that, I like that I got a range out from that hot center so I can see what's around. Having just a really tight beam for me is not as helpful. I want to see what's out there, yes, but also kind of what's in the surrounding area as well. So yeah, I'm in the kind of a personalized spotlight or a personal spotlight, searchlight. I think it could definitely work that way. This is the type of light that can go into a car, right? I've always got a good flashlight in my car. I've got a couple smaller lights I can just grab real quick to look, and then I've got a bigger like searchlight in my truck. And then for my wife's car, I've actually got another ThruNite in there, much smaller bezel. So if this will fit in the center console, this is gonna go in there. The reason that I like this for that type of light is, yes, you can look out into the night, but also if something goes wrong with the car and you need to, like, you know, set the light up to do some work on a tire or something like that, again, that the flood feature, even though it's not a floodlight, is nice on this light because I can see, you know, way out there with this tighter beam, but a broader area, so I'm not like trying to move the light every time I'm trying to, you know, work on the car at night or something like that. So I think there's a nice balance between those two. Yeah, I mean, I've said this before, I think in the last video I made about ThruNite lights. I wish they would step up in their marketing, make things look a little nicer. I think that would broaden the appeal. But functional, yeah, absolutely. And there's a couple lights over the years that have really stood out to me from ThruNite. A couple of their headlamps, some of the original Archers I liked, the EDC size lights. I do like the fact that this does not have a built-in battery. You can take it out, you can replace it. That to me is a win. I'm less and less a fan of the built-in batteries, unless it's a very compact light that I can kind of take it or leave it in general. But for a light like this, I want to be able to replace the battery. So you've seen the footage, you've heard my thoughts. Like I said, probably looking at about 80 bucks at the time of this video. What are your thoughts on the ThruNite Catapult Pro? If you have one, give us your feedback. If you're thinking about buying one, maybe what questions do you have? And let's get that conversation started in the comments now. All right, thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.